Thank you for joining me on this episode of Highway Spec. My name is Trent. Today we're going to do a hot take, and this is mine. Alright, so my hot take is that the Volvo EX90 is ugly. And if you've looked at it, you know what I mean. But it's not just that. I think Volvo actually has a hit on their hands, at least for a couple of years. And that is obviously backed up by Volvo themselves saying, hey look, we've got a bunch of deposits for this EX90. It's going to be a hit for us.
It's a home run.
What I think Volvo has done, rather than come out with an attractive package, it gets up to 300 miles of range as a fully electric vehicle, but what they've done is they've found an underserved market, and that is the three-row crossover electric vehicle space, which really there aren't many options out there. Yes, you have the Model Y, which really doesn't have a usable third row, and when the third row is up, you have no usable cargo space. Then there's the Model X, which is going to be a lot more expensive than the EX90, and it is also kind of gimmicky with the Falcon doors. As great as they work, it is still a gimmick. What I think Volvo has done is they were on the AI train long before anybody else and typed into ChatGPT, design me a car that's three rows. And that's what spit it out. That's really the best way to describe it. It is a car. Boring, bland, traditional three-row SUV shape.
Oh, God.
But by serving the right market, they've actually established a hit. Now, I think the hardest thing that Volvo has going for them is their minimalist design, which Volvo has done for a while. It's not anything new for Volvo, but for the market that they are serving, these are not your traditional EV buyers. They're not the people who are going to be at the forefront of technology. They are more the people who've let things play out a little bit. Now they're willing to get their significant other an electric vehicle for driving around town, and 300 miles of range is plenty for that. And well, road trips, you'll just kind of have to cross that bridge when you do.
Is that going to be a problem?
But coming from somebody who's in, say, a Honda Pilot or a Toyota Highlander right now, this is a little bit of a jump in terms of the minimalist layout. But not having used the infotainment system on this particular vehicle, time will tell if the buttons can really be replaced by the screens for your average consumer. And the other thing that will have people selling these off in mass is the thing that I always talk about with electric vehicles, and that is the charging infrastructure. If you have used a vehicle outside of a Tesla and tried to charge it on the road, you will certainly find out how difficult it can be. Tesla has an unprecedented uptime, whereas Electrify America has uptime that can only be described as sometimes. Combine that with a very fragmented other charging network options that are out there, you're most likely on a road trip very rarely going to be able to find a DC fast charger capable of charging this from 10% to 80% in 30 minutes like they advertise, unless you're living in somewhere with widespread EV adoption, say Southern California. Of course, there are Volvo loyalists who will buy it no matter what, the people that are bought into their safety and their technology, and more power to them for doing that. But what I think Volvo has really done is found a market that isn't being served, stuck something in there, and they will win because of that. If you like what you listen to, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.